So for those of you who want to know, there is a video of Peter Nwachukwu telling us exactly what happened, exactly what is going on, and exactly what he is going through at the moment. So let us watch this video together. Ever since Nwachukwu case has been in the public domain, it has been to our interest to know that a lot of people are asking what's happening. And now Peter Nwachukwu has decided to speak his truth. He has decided to tell us finally what happened. He has aired his own voice and said exactly what transpired and exactly what caused his wife's demise. What he says made her to pass on. Hello and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. My name is Amazing Grace Daniel, and you're welcome to Personalities and Places with me. And so today we are going to be talking about and also seeing a video that has popped up of Peter Nwachukwu sharing with us exactly what caused his wife's demise, exactly also what he is facing at the moment after being arrested and reprimanded in the Kuje prison. We are going to go deep into what he says. He's speaking his own truth, his own voice. A lot of us have wanted to know what exactly Peter Nwachukwu has to say about this situation, seeing that because he has been arrested, he has been mute, but now he is sharing exactly his own truth, what happened. So let us see this video together.
I don't tell the whole world because I've suffered a lot. Please. I've suffered. I abandoned. What killed my wife is lungs, cancer of the lungs, not killing my wife. I didn't kill my wife. Cancer of the lungs is what killed my wife. What's in the Nwachukwu? So I'm suffering for what I didn't pass through. What I don't know.
From the video that you saw just now, you would have seen that in this video, Peter Nwachukwu is claiming that he is innocent of all the accusations pointed at him, and that he is suffering for something he knows nothing about, and most importantly, that his wife lost her life from an illness known as lung cancer. That's a whole lot compared to what the family and loved ones had said about her demise. First of all, the family alleged that Nwachukwu lost her life as a result of heavy bleeding, internal bleeding in her chest, which they believe was from domestic abuse that the husband had inflicted on her. So now, what Peter Nwachukwu is saying is far different from what they are saying. Is there any link between internal bleeding and lung cancer? Is there any link between blood clotting, as the family claims, and lung cancer? I decided to go deep to do a little knowing and a little research about it. And I find that there is no connection to the best of my knowledge. I'm not a medical practitioner. Maybe you can let me know if you are one in the comment section. So I also decided to go and check in more on lung cancer and what causes lung cancer. And one of the causes I saw of lung cancer is smoking, heavy smoking. And to the best of the knowledge of to everyone who knew Nwachukwu, they never knew her as someone that smokes unless she did it in hiding and maybe nobody else knew. So what is Peter Nwachukwu saying? Could this be true? Could it be possible that she actually lost her life as a result of lung cancer? The other causes, but are not what, I don't know. But whatever it is, I believe Peter Nwachukwu may or may not be telling the truth. The truth is, we would have known exactly what is the cause of Osinachi Nwachukwu's passing on if the autopsy result was released, but yet the federal government has refused to release it. Peter Nwachukwu here is trying to explain to us that his wife's illness is not even new, as she has been of this illness since, and the mother, which is of Osinachi Nwachukwu, said in her interview with BBC News Igbo, she said that first time she heard her daughter had cancer was when she had already passed on. And she's surprised to hear that because she never knew her daughter ever had anything such as cancer. Let's hear this version of her statement in Igbo. I'll give you the translation in English.
Since then, my daughter got married to Peter. Oh, if this is how marriage is, it's better she never got married. What pains me deeply is him saying if my daughter did not live alive, she must live in death. But look at it now. My daughter has left in debt. She has left in debt. My child took ill in January, but after a short while, she got better. In February, it came back again and left. They were going about trying to trace the cause from one lab to another, one place to another. But they couldn't find anything. Everywhere they went, nothing. But it is today that I am hearing with my ears that Peter said my daughter has cancer. But that same Peter used his mouth to say there was nothing wrong or found in Osinachi.
Okay, so after Osinachi Nwachukwu's mother has actually alleged that her daughter never actually had cancer, then where is Peter Nwachukwu's testimony from? Another testimony also from Osinachi Nwachukwu's pastor might just coincide with Peter Nwachukwu, and he might just be telling the truth. Maybe Osinachi Nwachukwu was suffering from lung cancer. Maybe she was actually ill all this while, and yet maybe the family was not aware. Maybe Peter Nwachukwu did not tell her. Maybe Peter Nwachukwu is being accused wrongly. Because what Pastor Paul Eneche, which is the pastor of Dunamis Church, which is also the church where Osinachi Nwachukwu used to minister and her husband also attend, including her children, testified that she had been ill. And Osinachi Nwachukwu had come with her husband, telling him that she had been ill, prolonged illness, and he had her checked. Okay, just so you confirm what I am saying, let's hear Dr. Paul Eneche, Osinachi Nwachukwu's pastor, say what he speaks his own truth as regards this illness that Peter Nwachukwu is saying, talking about.
We are in a season that calls for sober reflection in the light of the passing of our beloved sister Osinachi Nwachukwu. Over 2.5 months to 3 months ago, she came to see me with her husband with complaints of chest pain, respiratory distress. I prayed for her and prayed again. And when the symptoms did not abate, I counseled that they go to the hospital to help us to know exactly what we were dealing with. And they asked if I could help them facilitate that process. I called our head of medical team, Dr. Sang, who is consultant pediatrician with the Federal Medical Center, Kefi, to handle their situation. And he called the Federal Medical Center, Jabi, called colleagues there, where they attended to them. On seeing her, they ordered some investigations after examination, and that included CT scan, computerized axial tomography scan. That was done, and from what the doctors saw, they felt that there was need for further investigation.
either at the University of Abuja Teaching Hospital or the National Hospital in Abuja. I called the doctor, consultant pulmonologist, respiratory physician at the University of Abuja Teaching Hospital, Dr. Ako Alexander, told him the situation, and he asked that they come to see him immediately. And they went to the Gwagwalada Teaching Hospital. After they had examined her there and saw the situation, they felt that there was a need for histology and biopsy of the lung tissue. And they asked that she go to the National Hospital to get that done. I again called the Dr. Jibrin, who is head of pathology and consultant histopathologist of the National Hospital in Abuja, and reported the issue to him and to help us go ahead with the investigations and find out what exactly happened. And then they continued the management. The histology was done. From what I saw at that time, the picture was much milder than what the CT scan earlier on showed. And so we felt very happy that at least there was relief. She called me daily, and we literally daily, and prayed with her. She reported progress. The point came where she needed no oxygen anymore, according to what she said to me one night, and that they checked her oxygen perfusion, and it was 100%. And we were very, very excited at that progress. That was the point it was before we went over to the crusade in Cameroon. It was in Cameroon the second night that I got to know of the unfortunate incidents of her passing.
From this statement from Dr. Paul Eneche, it actually seems like Peter might just be innocent. What if he is innocent? I would really, really love to know. A lot of us are waiting to know. Is it possible he is innocent, or is it possible he is not? He is still on the grounds, even after all that has been done, standing on the grounds that he is innocent. Standing on the ground that his wife had lung cancer. Standing on the ground just standing on that ground that he is innocent. For a man who has been arrested, reprimanded, held in a prison, suffered so much according to him, and still tells us that he is innocent, still maintains that his wife suffered and lost her life through lung cancer. Could it be that he is telling the truth? I mean, by this time, seeing that he has been caught, or if the allegations on him are true, I believe by now he would have submitted and surrendered to the allegations if they were true. But if they were not true, would he just submit to it? No. There's every possibility to believe that Peter Nwachukwu could be innocent. Maybe we are pointing accusing fingers wrongly, although the testimonies from friends and families do not attest to Peter Nwachukwu's statement. They do not corroborate with this statement. And so, it is such a dicey situation to find out. If only Osinachi Nwachukwu had left her marriage on time. If really Peter Nwachukwu was maltreating her. If he wasn't, then probably he's suffering for something he knows nothing about. Probably he's suffering because maybe his in-laws don't like him. There are situations where, yes, most times it happens to the woman. When her husband dies, in typical Nigerian culture, that a man, loses his life and the wife is being accused. And for that reason, because the family doesn't like the wife, she goes to all sort of turmoils, all sort of things, trying to prove that she's innocent. At the end of the day, probably she loses her life in the process of trying to prove that she did not take the life of her husband. Possibly that could be the case of Peter Nwachukwu. Who knows? Also, what of the case situation where maybe he had always been abusive, maltreating his wife in the past, but not in recent times? What if that is not the cause of what is happening right now? Is that possible? Just to say, based on speculations flying around. I am not in support of domestic violence. I am not in support of domestic abuse. I am not in support of someone maltreating a woman to the level that Peter Nwachukwu was alleged with. But then again, we need to ask this question. I hope that he is actually guilty for what he has been alleged. And if he is guilty, he should face the wrath of his crime. He should then submit and open up and tell us the truth than keep a lie. Lastly, if only the autopsy result is open, if only autopsy result is publicly made, we would put things to rest. We will put these issues to rest. I please beg the federal government to please release the autopsy results so that we can put certain things to rest, so that we can know if Peter Nwachukwu is telling the truth or is not telling the truth. We can know if the family is telling the truth or not telling the truth. Recent happenings these days have begun to give us to think otherwise, and so for that reason we need to see as to what is happening. Even after Peter Nwachukwu has spoken his truth, Osinachi Nwachukwu's twin sister still comes out again to say that she lost her life as a result of internal bleeding in the chest, which she believed is as a result of the abuse that Osinachi Nwachukwu was facing from her husband. So, what's your take on this issue? What do you think about this issue? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Amazing Grace Daniel once again, and thank you. Subscribe to the channel Personalities and Places with me, of course, and please like this video, share and comment. Thank you.